Hold on to those Mickey ears. The Disney stock has dropped nearly 40% in the last 5 years. The question is, can Bob Iger pull the company out of this spiral as investors and writers are suddenly discovering they had it real good when Bob Iger wasn't there? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, fam. Hello, friends. Welcome back yet again. It's your pal Pro, and we are going where the other channels simply will not dare. Today, we need your like, we need your share, and drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts about all of this. Let's talk about that Disney stock. No financial advice, but let me tell you, things are not nice at the Magic Kingdom for those who are investing. Uh-oh, it's happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we told you that people are about to figure out that Disney stock is down a lot versus the Chapek years, and now we're here. After giving you the foreshadowing over and over and over, well, here we are. And now, folks, the average investor, when they look to see how is Disney doing versus the last 5 years, they're discovering that they're down just about 40%. 39.32% at the time of this recording is where the Disney stock is down over the last 5 years. If you'd like to compare that to just about any other stock out there in the S&P 500 over the last 5 years, it's starkly not the same. And now, people are starting to realize this. The Motley Fool, Rick Muñarriz, has this one. 3 reasons I'm thankful to be a Disney shareholder. This is one of the most gentle takedowns of Disney I think I've ever seen. It's a little bit older. It's about a week old. But folks, I found this and I have to read it to you. You just have to see it, okay? Remembering that the Disney stock is down about 40%, okay? I've owned Disney for 39 years. It's been better than you think. It's the holiday week to be thankful. I'm certainly grateful for my family, friends, and their overall health. Is it wrong to also be thankful for individual stocks? I am grateful to be a Walt Disney World investor, though owning a piece of the House of Mouse hasn't done a whole lot for my financial health in recent years. Whoa, Nelly! The Motley Fool is basically coming out and saying, the reason to have Disney stock is not at all financial. What did the Disney stock, it says, has fallen over the last year, as well as the past 5 years. I still feel thankful. Disney is a big part of why I became an investor in the first place, and of many of the lessons that I've learned along the way. Yeah, like how to not pick a loser. Just as I did for Netflix earlier this week, I want to offer up a few reasons I'm thankful to be a Disney shareholder. And essentially, folks, I mean, look at this reason. Jonas, can you believe this? The number one reason for owning the Disney stock and being thankful right now for the Motley Fool. From the Motley Fool, and a financial advisory. It says, you never forget your first stock. Wow. What is this, a kiss? Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, that to me, that's like holding on to a lucky dime or something like that. It also kind of speaks to the idea that the first thing you buy is the thing that you have sentimental attachment to, which is the only reason to buy Disney stock. No financial advice here. It's not a well-performing stock, especially when you compare it to other more stable items like less stable items like cash.
Take a look at this out of 247wallstreet.com. Disney's entertainment model stumbles as Amazon doubles down on AI infrastructure spending. Folks, I can show you article after article. This one published just 3 hours ago. I can show you article after article that is coming out now that, and we told you this is going to happen. Once investors started looking, and even the intelligentsia class, the punditry, once it hit that they looked at it and said, oh, wait, I'm down 40% over the past 5 years. See, we saw that coming because we spend time looking at it. But for a lot of these articles out there, they didn't pay attention to it until the number flashed in front of their screen, and they said, oh my gosh, Disney's bad. And boom, here come the articles. Jeremy Phillips is writing about this, and shows the difference in Amazon versus Disney. Calls it the great divergence. Amazon is investing massively in data centers and AI, and Disney's just doing nothing. I mean, I don't know what Disney's up to, but Disney's not doing anything. And so what you're going to see now for the next year, because these authors, now that it's sitting right in front of them, they can't hide it from it anymore. They got to look and say, oh my gosh, Disney is down 40% over the last 5 years. The S&P is up 87% over the past 5 years. Here's the problem. Here's what they got to deal with, folks. Bob Iger as CEO is going to have to deal with this the entire final year. And I don't know how he gets out of this. I don't know how he gets out of this tailspin. And as long as this is happening, as long as he's down like he is versus his predecessor, Bob Chapek, you're going to see article after article calling them out. One more reminder, and then we'll get the panel's thoughts on this. All of this back here, all of this that goes from, let's see, December 11th of 2020, all the way until October 29th of 2021 or November 5th of 2021, folks, that's the Bob Chapek year. That's Bob Chapek. And it was in January or February of 2022 that Bob Iger began, well, allegedly, Bob Iger's camp began the campaign to destroy Bob Chapek. And they purposely drove the stock down, I believe, until finally they were able to get rid of him and bring Bob Iger back. They did protests, they did nonstop, they threatened to stop working, all this stuff. You had Disney employees from every studio running around on the sidewalk with signs. We uncovered this. They had Marxist Mickey Mouse gloves and their logos. It was crazy. Sorry, I know. But it was crazy. And you know what? Now they're sitting down here dealing with it. Now they're dealing with the fact that they never were able to climb back up to this. And for the final year of Bob Iger's tenure as CEO, they got to figure out some way to grow this stock by 40% to match it. They're never going to do it, in my opinion. Panel, your thoughts on this one?
I would like to launch a counter article to this one on that Park Place on, why I'm proud to be a Disney shareholder, and I would like it written by Mexican Iron Man.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I used to laugh. I used to laugh about Mexican Iron Man and his stock, and then when we found out the actual amount of stock that he owns, I stopped laughing about it because I hurt for the man.
Yeah,
it's not funny anymore. He can laugh about it if he wants to, but it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Culture, are you thankful to be a shareholder in this way with any of your stocks? Do you feel when you hold a stock or an index fund or a mutual fund or an ETF, Culture, do you feel like a little cozy nostalgia for it? Is this not the most sad thing you've ever read when it comes to why you'd want to own a depreciating asset, at least for the past 5 years?
Yeah, I don't feel cozy about anything that I'm invested in. It's either a profitable investment or a money loser. Ask Mexican Iron Man how I would feel like something like this. Disney is a giant sinkhole, and it just kind of, this particular article calls into question whether Motley Fool is still serious about trying to give you stock advice or not.
Absolutely. Ron, your thoughts on the Disney stock and the fact that Bob Iger is in such an unwinnable position, I think. I just don't know how he could. I don't know how he can get back to where he needs to be by the end of his tenure. Bob Chapek, as far as I can tell, is going to hold the record for the highest Disney stock value under a CEO. And Bob Iger thought, I believe that he could go there again. Not going to happen. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Motley Fool, it's like feeling proud of your comic book collection that you own, the entire Alf series of comics when they probably don't have that great of a value anymore. It's, a Disney stock right now, it just really doesn't. What is it, like the last 10 years, basically? If you would have been better off to put cash under your bed than hold Disney stock. Isn't that? Yeah. And
well, yeah, because your cash didn't, listen, even in spite of inflation, it didn't devalue 40%.
No, I tell you what, you could have made money on, though. If you would have put from 10 years ago, a pair of mini ears under your bed that you bought for $12, they'd now be worth $40.
Hold on a second. Ron is onto something.
That's hilarious.
That is true. Ron is onto something. Folks, you could have purchased, instead of Disney stock, you could have purchased almost any Disney apparel. Like I hate to say this for Mexican Iron Man, but Mike, if instead of buying $10,000 worth of Disney stock, you had purchased $10,000 worth of Mickey ears, Ron's right. I don't see how you would have done better off of Mickey ears made in China, sweaty places that they may have made them, but you'd have done better with those Mickey ears than with official Disney stock. Guys, we ought to run a listicle. Marvin, we ought to run a listicle where we list 10 ridiculous things that if you had bought $10,000 of it, you'd actually be better off today than owning Disney stock. All we got to do is come up with ridiculous things that didn't lose 40% of their value over the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Also, CEC Construction. If you could buy into that, I think they're doing a whole lot, and they're turning a lot of dirt, and they're making a lot of things that have devalued the parks and the parks experiences, but they are the ones building them. So
we're not here to give financial advice, folks. But if you did like if 5 years ago you had purchased a food item that did not expire in that time, like Twinkies. I don't think Twinkies ever expire. If you had bought into Twinkies, and I'm not talking about Twinkie stock, I'm not telling you to buy Hostess stock, but I'm saying like if you had 5 years of $10,000, you bought a storage unit and you put $10,000 worth of non-expiring Twinkies, you'd have probably doubled. You'd have doubled your money versus Disney on the Twinkie. Never bet against the Twinkie. We really hope that you felt this video was satisfactual. We know we had an actual good time participating and communicating with each and every one of you out there listening. It is a great honor, it is a great pleasure, even a responsibility to do this on a daily basis. You give us the dream job we love doing, and for that we can never say thank you enough. There's only one small favor we ask beyond what has already been done, and that is, folks, consider it. That is clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those pesky algorithms. It's the notification bell. And drop a comment right on down below. Let us know your thoughts, because your thoughts do indeed matter, no matter what the mainstream media would otherwise say. Folks, as we say every single time we end these videos, because we mean it, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.